got an opportunity to read. I'd say it's a must read for entrepreneurs because it has a very subtle message. It has a very strong message subtly, right? And the message is, if you read this book, right, it starts with how Kanwal started. I think the first 4 or 5 jobs, Kanwal, in the first 4 or 5 jobs, Kanwal had to leave the job, right? Whether the company shut down or laid off or something or the other, right? I mean, first 4 or 5 jobs, he started his career, got a job, and he loses the job. He goes to another company, works there, loses the job. Goes to another company, loses the job, right? So at that point in time, if we were in that place, right, any one of us, what would we have done? We have said, I'm a loser, right? I can't get a job, right? I mean, if our kids are in that place, we'll be very terrified. We'll give our hopes on them, right? But this book is what it tells us what an entrepreneur is. In the face of adversity, when we lose, when the things are going wrong, the entrepreneur doesn't lose hope, right? He keeps going, and that's how we have the Kanwal today. The first person to list, the first Indian to list a company in the US, right? The person who started TIE for all of us, the person who comes here and sets up KREST for all of us, right? It's amazing book of achievements, but it's also a book of a lot of losses, and hence it says the mindset that an entrepreneur needs. So I think that's the big message that I took from this, Kanwal, and it's a fantastic message, because when you read a success story of somebody else, right, it only talks about the highs and the highs and highs, and then you say, okay, maybe I'm not like that, right? Kanwal talks about when he's born, he has a speaking disability. When he's born, he's poor. He came to India as a refugee, right? If we go to another country as a refugee, we say, okay, I live on somebody's donation, on somebody's charity, I can't speak. Oh, my brothers, Kanwal's brothers were doing so well, right? I mean, he writes in this book that his dad didn't have a lot of hope on him, right? He was probably his dad's, he was not his dad's favorite, right? The other, his siblings were doing so well, they got into a job where Kanwal didn't get anywhere, right? That itself will put us off in that situation. But I mean, from there to the next, that's why this is a powerful book. This is a very, very powerful book. I think all of us entrepreneurs have to read it in that perspective and feel inspired. I mean, for me, as a parent, this is a great book as to how you cannot give hope, or you cannot give hope on anything, right? How by giving I mean, even today, all the 4 or 5 entrepreneurs who spoke, right? It's a fantastic story, right? Right? I mean, for example, Ashok, right? I mean, going to Rashtrapati Bhavan, getting like 70,000 customers, right? I mean, going to the US, collaborating with them. That's a story of an entrepreneur, right? So I'm so happy and inspired to be here. And I mean, for me personally, this is a very auspicious day, auspicious moment, because many more stories of like the 4 that we heard today will come out from this platform, from around 100 miles and beyond from here, Kanwal. And thank you so much for making this happen. You're not from Telangana, you don't live in India, you have no relationship, but coming here and doing this, right, I mean, generously, without, you won't even get credit for this, right? Often every time they say Kanwal, they say Raju and I mean, for nothing, right? But doing this selflessly for the sake of people here is just amazing. Thank you so much.
You know, we all belong to Bharat. See, to me, the beauty of India is the diversity of India. You don't have to give up your Telugu or Tamil or Punjabi culture. You don't have to give up your social mores, your language, and to be a full Indian. In China, unless you're Han Chinese, you have no rights. You have no rights. They're suppressing the Tibetan culture, they're suppressing the Oriental culture. In India, the total message is, you are fine where you are. Do whatever you need to do, right? Yeah. So our shared interest is the shared prosperity that we need to generate. We need to generate opportunities for all of us. All of us, yeah. And a large market, entrepreneurs playing in this large market, this GST reform that took place finally unified India into one market. Before that, India was 14 different markets. And you went from one to the other, you had to pay chunni. I just tell you a story. Shipping from Calcutta to Bombay took 14 days and something like 7 or 8 chunni stops along the way. So it wasn't one unified market. India is a unified market under GST now. Lots of good stuff is happening. If you're a physics person, when you take away the friction in the system moves faster, speeds up, and that's what's happening in India. We're taking away the friction. All these internal borders have disappeared, and you can have a pan-India startup now, which wasn't possible 10 years ago.
Yeah, fantastic. So I won't take much time, but I'll open it up for questions. If you have any questions, let's make the best.
Last night I was not able to remember the song. That song. He starts by saying, what should I do? I'm losing all hope. And the song ends, Himmat band samal bade aage, aas bade brace yourself, you get up and drive, and there is new hope for you. So the song is a song of an entrepreneur, which basically, you read the song, you don't listen to sacred song, Tarunja, Arshadi, Rashbhai on YouTube. And so this notion that you should discourage the failures are part of life. Stumbling along the way is part of life. And you can respond by saying, oh, woe is me, or saying, boy, I wasn't paying attention. So I was only 25, 26, when I got laid off. I can't give up at that age, right? And I know I'm smart. I went to IIT, but not safe. So giving up, feeling disturbed, it was not part of my nature. And of course, I married Anne, and she was very much, part of my journey. And there was never a situation where we got in trouble. Chicago, I showed you that. I went to Chicago with $10, and and within a day I knew I was going to survive in Chicago because I had more money at the end of the first day that I had than I have always, planned ahead, thought ahead. You cannot be thinking about here and now. That's where the action is. How do I make sure I am there, in time? And so, that's the mindset in Silicon Valley. You want to get where the action is, and that's what's happening in India. I want to be where the action in India is. It's only in 70 or 30 cities.
Nice.